Welcome to the Biz Builders podcast. This is an audio from the Biz Builders Insiders series where I'm sharing some of the conversations and questions that are coming up in the Biz Builders Mastermind space. As you'll hear, these short audios are from Instagram Live, and my intention for this series is for you to see what questions people are asking, how I think, how my clients think, how we move, and the things that we're doing to grow businesses that support our dream lives. Because I know for me, I never come into someone's space just for the strategy or for them to tell me what to do. I really want to know more about how they're thinking, how they're leading themselves, the things that are important to them, and the things that they're struggling with and doing, and the way they move and lead themselves and their people. This is your chance to see how we move in the Biz Builders Mastermind space, and also to get some great insights, strategy, and free coaching. Enjoy. Welcome to the Biz Builders podcast, where we believe building the business of your dreams can change your life. I'm your host, Sandy Patterson, former teacher turned certified life and business coach. After 14 years of teaching, I took a huge leap, left my job, and built 2 successful businesses with no business or sales background. Now I'm living the life of my dreams, and I'm ready to help you do the same. You're in the right spot here if you're ready to dig into not only the strategy of business building, but also the belief in yourself that building a business is possible. You're made for this, and you've got exactly what it takes to create the financial, time, and location freedom you're craving. Over here, we value progress over perfection. We embrace being uncomfortable, and we believe that anything, literally anything you want, is possible for you with the right strategy, mindset, and support. You'll also hear inspiring stories here, and of course, failures of women who are doing the same thing. The whole idea is, if she can do it, so can I. Thanks for being here. Let's dive in. You guys, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another little episode here of the Biz Builders Insiders, where I am dropping all the good stuff on what we're doing in the Biz Builders Mastermind, the conversations we're having, the things that we're working on, the strategy, the inspiration, all of the good stuff here. And if you haven't checked it out already, all of these episodes are in Instagram, but they're also over on the podcast too, so you can binge them that way. And my intention is always for you to just walk away feeling feeling a lot pumped up, really excited, maybe have a new strategy to try, or maybe there is something that you are like, something that you're going through too that you will resonate with. If that's the case, please always drop it in the chat and let me know. I love doing these episodes. I love sharing these little peeks into what is happening in this space, because I truly believe it is such a magical space for coaches who are like, I'm new, I'm just starting off, I don't really know what I'm doing, for them to grow into these incredible, like badass business owner coaches who just are like dominating and owning things. So welcome back. Now, the topic today is when you fall off the consistency wagon. And this has been popping up a lot just even this week. And this conversation pops up in the mastermind quite often because it's something that we all feel like we need to be consistent, right? There has to be some form of consistency when we are building a business, especially an online coaching business. So what I see happening often is people will essentially fall off the wagon, right? So like we say we're going to do something, we say we're going to show up, and I'm just going to use the social media example today because it's just an easy example to use, because it's just easier to talk about. But this can go with anything that you want to be consistent in, okay? So let's just say I actually had this the other day. A client came and was like, I really know I need to do X, Y, and Z as far as this goes. And again, we're just going to talk social media. So let's just say she wants to show up consistently on social media. Now, I say this all the time. It is very, very rarely about the strategy or about like the what you need to do. There's usually always something deeper underneath that's actually stopping you from moving forward and doing the thing that you know you need to do and that you say that you want to do, right? So, and sometimes, yes, like of course, like there's new strategy and stuff like that, but rarely is it ever about knowing what to do. It's like, I can't seem to get myself to do it, or I do it for a little bit and then again, I fall off the wagon. No shame here. So here's the question that I always ask the first thing. So when we find ourselves in a position where we are saying that we're going to do something and then we don't execute or we don't show up. Of course, there can be a lot of like factors that fall into this, but consistently over time, if you see that same pattern happening over and over, there's usually some sort of fear around like the other side of it. So for this social media example, like, well, what's the fear? Like if you start showing up consistently, what's the fear? Like, what are you actually scared of? And oftentimes I will hear people say, well, I've tried so many times and every single time I'll be okay for like a week or a month or whatever the time frame is. And then I disappear or I fall off. Okay. Again, like no shame around any of this at all. Like, but you have to be able to identify like what that fear is. And then it's a self-trust thing, right? Because every time that you say you're going to do something essentially, and then you don't do it, you're building this like mistrust within yourself. And you're like teaching your brain to be like, see, you said you were going to do it and then you didn't. Like, no. And then that gets stored in your subconscious mind. And that's the track that's running in the background all the time is this. Now there's this fear around like, well, if I didn't do it last time, what's different now? Why would I do it now? Or I didn't do it the last 10 times I said I was going to do it. So why would I do it now? So there becomes this like, this thing around this fear and this mistrust of like, well, why your brain is like literally telling you, well, why would you start this again? Because the last 10 times you did this, you didn't execute. And that is just a way for your brain, of course, right, to keep you safe. Like your brain's trying not to like let you fail. I don't love to use the word fail, but like, you know what I mean in this instance. It's trying not to let you say you're going to do something and then not do it again, right? Okay, so perfect. Thank you, brain, like trying to keep me safe. But here's the thing, you're putting that pressure, and this is what I see so often, and this is the conversation we have so often, is around the pressure that we put on ourselves to be perfect, right? So if this is my 11th time trying to jump on the consistency wagon and post on social media consistently, like if it's the 11th time, it's the 11th time, but I feel like since it's the 11th time, it has to be perfect. And if I'm going to do this, I have to go like all in. And I know that many of us here in this space are that way. Like we don't want to do anything half-assed. Like we don't want to do anything like that we're not all in on. So there's this underlying fear around like not being able to trust myself to execute. So then the question becomes like, how do we take that pressure off? Like, how do you take that pressure off of you that when you're getting back on the wagon for the 11th time or the 12th time or the 20th time or the 100th time, like, how do you take the pressure off that it doesn't have to be perfect? That like, yeah, it's okay if you fall off again, but like, what's worse, trying and falling off again and then refining and tweaking and trying again? Or is it just sitting here in this space of like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not moving. I'm just stagnant. There's so much resistance around this that I'm not going to do anything. So I really, really encourage you. And this is what I would say to any one of my clients. I encourage you that if you're having trouble, like with this consistency wagon thing, and again, whether it's social media or anything else regarding your business, your life, like whatever it is, I encourage you to take that pressure off and be like, this doesn't have to be perfect. And in the Biz Builders Mastermind space, we are all about, like, I probably say this like 100 times every time I'm in that space, like, it is messy action. It is about messy action because the messy action is what is going to solidify so many things for you. It's what's going to grow your confidence. It's what's going to give you that thing that like you're wanting, in which I know is clients. I know that that is experience. I know that that is income in your business. I know that that is impact that you want to make. I know you want those things, but sitting here thinking about all the things that can go wrong, or thinking like resisting because, oh my gosh, it might not be perfect, or oh my gosh, I might look like an idiot. Like, no, in the mastermind space, we like encourage looking like an idiot. Like, eat shit, like go do the thing. And then we debrief and we figure out how we can make it even better next time, because it's never about coming out of the gate perfect. And I think that so many of us, even coming out of the gate, when I say coming out of the gate, I even mean getting back on the wagon. Like for so many of us, we have this idea in our heads that like it has to be perfect. Like nobody wants to look like an idiot. Nobody wants to feel like they don't know what they're doing. Nobody wants other people to perceive them as like, oh damn, this girl like has no idea what she's doing. Like, no. So let's take the pressure off that anything has to be perfect, and let's allow ourselves like to try and fail and get back on the wagon as many fucking times as we need to. Okay, you guys, like, that's it. Like, that's all it is. Because nobody's judging you, especially in the Biz Builders Mastermind space. Nobody's judging you. It's really coming from you. Like, you're your hardest critic. And I think that's why, this is part of why it is so helpful and so important in this journey of entrepreneurship and business ownership and building a business to full time. I think that's why it's so essential that you are surrounded by other people who are doing something similar. Like, not doing the same exact thing as you, but essentially doing the same thing as you, building a business, going through all of these things. Because when you have the space to drop into and be like, ooh, oh my gosh, like this is what just happened. Every single time, it's like, I hear this so often in these calls, in our weekly calls in the Biz Builders Mastermind. I just don't feel alone anymore. Like, I don't feel so alone. Like, we have this thing of like making us think that like we're the only ones that's going through it. I'm the only one that's having this problem. I'm the only one that this is difficult for. And really, it's like, no, like we're all trying to get back on the consistency wagon. We're all trying to figure things out. We're all trying not to look like idiots. So like, let's just do it together and make it fun. That's like the whole vibe. So I would love to hear from you if this resonates with you. Like, if you have ever fallen off the wagon and then gotten so down on yourself because you want to get back on, but there's that underlying fear of like, what if I can't execute this time? What if it's like every other time? Seriously, the only way that you can fail is if you just like stop, and if you stand and you freeze and you don't do anything. So that's really the vibe around here, is like, let's just move, let's go, let's support each other as we get back on the wagon as many times as we need to, and there's really no judgment around that. So I would love for you to share with me. You can shoot me a DM, you can drop it in the comments if this resonates with you. I always love to hear what does resonate with you or what you're taking away, and I hope that you're walking away today with like a little like fire under your booty, like, okay, I got this. Like, even if yesterday I wasn't able to execute, like today is a new day. And of course there's things that we can put in place and we can work around, you know, the way your business is, the way your life is, the way your brain works, essentially, to put strategies into place to make these things a little bit easier. But you got to do something. And if nothing changes, like nothing changes, right? So keep that in mind. I hope that you're feeling inspired and excited. And if this is something, again, that resonated with you, number one, share it with me. And number two, please consider joining us in the mastermind. We have spaces available for 2025. It is the perfect spot for new online coaches who are just like totally all in it. They've already decided that they're going to blow their business up, and we put all of the things in place, the foundational pieces in place to make that happen. So maybe you've worked with a handful of clients and you are looking like, you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I want this to be more consistent. I want to figure out how to create like recurring revenue in my business. I want to learn how to create offers that are outside of the one-to-one that you're doing now, because you're ready to really grow and not have to sacrifice more time for more impact and more income. It is the perfect spot for you. And we combine, of course, the strategy with the mindset work, just like we talked about here in this little episode. So the mindset piece is always underlying. It's always a huge part of what we do. And it's what I really, truly love coaching around. So if that resonates with you, or you are interested, or you're kind of like been eyeing it or thinking about it, please reach out and let me know so we can lock in the pricing now. The pricing will go up because right now we are doing bi-weekly calls. In the new year, we're going to weekly calls. There is Slack support included Monday through Thursday. There are foundational modules, masterclasses. It's like the whole shebang, plus an amazing community of women who are all, again, in this with you. Like, we are in this together, and we are gonna fucking make this like the best 2025 ever. So please please reach out. You can message me BBMM if that's something that you want to chat about and see if you would be a good fit or if it would be a good fit for you based on where you are in your business. And I love you guys so much. I will be back with another episode of the Biz Builders Insiders very soon, sharing some more behind the scenes, sharing some of the conversation, sharing just the way that I lead my people and how I coach. I freaking love coaching, and I freaking love my people. So, and I love you guys, Instagram fam. So have a great rest of your Tuesday. You guys see the elf up there? Do you guys do the elf in your households? We do. Okay, love you guys. Talk to you very soon. I'll be around. Hey, you guys, thanks for listening to the Biz Builders Insider Clips. I hope you are loving them as much as I am loving creating them. And if you're a coach who's ready to take your online coaching business full-time with foundational strategic pieces, plus the mindset and confidence needed to sustain that business of your dreams, and you're ready to show up and be the go-to coach and own your niche and why you're so damn good at what you do, and if you want to, without question, know what to do every day to sell your offer, get clients, fill your calendar, and focus on your moneymaker activities, the Biz Builders Mastermind family is the perfect home for you. You can find the link to apply in the show notes here, or you can shoot me a message on Instagram with the letters BBMM and we can chat.